Hey everybody, it's your boy Captain Hunter coming at you again. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. And today we're going to talk about the nuclear physicist and some of the reactions that I've gotten to that particular video. So before we jump into it, we're going to ask you to make sure that you hit that rate, subscribe, and share button. Please make sure that you hit it, and make sure that you get the notification bell and all that kind of good stuff. So let's get on that. Let's make sure that this channel is going and growing. I am on a mission now to help men become the best versions of themselves. And so I did this video, talked about nuclear physicist gets pineappled. What did he do wrong? Because everyone crucified the woman, and I talked to the men out there and let them know what they need to do in order to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. Listen, I was one of those people who grew up and was not, one of the so-called cool kids, whatever, right? So we gotta, and I have no regrets about any of that. So, but what we have to do is we have to understand is that some of these things actually do matter in life. Some of these things actually do matter in life, and I'm recording this in two different devices here, so I seem to be going back and forth. That's the reason. Some of these things actually do matter in life, and I want to talk about why swag matters, why it matters, why it matters. So if you haven't watched this video, I'm not going to go back and discuss it. It's about a woman who rejects a nuclear physicist, and of course, being of the African American persuasion, when she rejected him, a lot of men were like, oh, here's another black woman looking at a good black dude, nuclear physicist, working in the Navy, good stable job, 27 years old, looking to really settle down, start a family, and here's another black woman who's just not on her game and not doing everything that she needs to do. Okay, she's been talked about enough. I talked about the guy, what he needs to do. And so I got some responses that I want to read, and I got some responses that I wanted to read. I want to read this one by Mr. Shepard, and thank you so much for Mr. Shepard for doing this, for chiming in. It seems, and here's his comments. It just seems it's a black tax, particularly on the black men, to be all things to everybody. We got to be providers, great dressers, great dancers, swagged out, financially successful, protectors, athletic, carry the community on their backs, and be the toughest man in the room in order to be respected in our own community and from our own sisters. Then if you don't check every box, you are considered less than. And we wonder why brothers have lost a sense of community and going elsewhere. These black women claim they want providers and how black men lack economically. But when given an opportunity to be with one, she passes him up because he doesn't have enough game, in quotation marks. And the only people who suffer making these decisions is black women, because there will continue to be a brain drain in the black community because guys like that nuclear physicist may go elsewhere. And the same black woman will complain about that, saying black men don't want black women. And trust me, I'm willing to bet you that this guy will have options even as he gets older, as long as his financially situation is great. Women, especially black women, don't have the same situation as they get older. So this is the plight that has been going on in the manosphere. People talking about this exact type of thing. When presented with a great opportunity to be with a good guy, she passes him up because he doesn't have the swag, he doesn't have the confidence, he doesn't have the game. I don't know about his confidence, but he certainly didn't have the type of swag that she was looking for, and he didn't have this game, right? What is he doing? How is his ability to talk to her? And this is a great frustration to a lot of black men, right? I want to do a show about one day on another podcast that I'm a part of called Messy Entanglements. We're going to do a show about this, right? The so-called Pookie and Ray Ray, or the bad boy versus the educated lame, right? This guy who's on his game, on his grind, and here's a perfect example of that. So we're going to do that, but I wanted to bring this out as for Father's Day and talk about this just a little bit right here, right now. So here's this situation that's going on. Once again, thank you, Mr. Shepard, for chiming in about this. Listen, this is a problem, but I'm trying to get men to be the best versions of themselves. And I don't care if you're a librarian. I don't care if you're into art, history, if you're not doing the so-called more masculine type of jobs, right? You still need to have a certain air of confidence, right? So if we look at some certain definitions of swag right here, I'm going to put them on the screen, right? But what I'm going to talk about, right, is this idea of stylish confidence. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. This idea of stylish confidence. That's a slang word that comes to stylish confidence, being swag. It shows up in songs like "Check Out My Swag, Yo." I walk like I got a ball player, Jay-Z, in social media hashtag, but this word derives from swagger, not from stolen goods. And though it sounds near to the free stuff swag, this swag is actually older, right? So it's given the etymology of the word and all that kind of stuff. But I want to talk about the stylist confidence, right? So I want to go back to this word of confidence. And why that matters, right? So, why does confidence matter? Why does confidence matter? Confidence matters because it allows you to walk with presence and have it allows you to have a presence of mind that tells you and tells other people, that feeds off this, that gives off this radiation of energy that says that I know what I'm talking about when I walk into a room. I know what I'm talking about when I stand up to give a presentation. I know what I'm talking about when we're sitting at the bar. I know what I'm talking about, right? So you got to be able to have this idea of confidence. And I'm talking about, if you look at the definitions here, that the last one at the bottom says a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciations of one's own abilities or qualities, right? She's brimming with confidence. This is what I want young men to be able to develop, right? And by young, I mean younger than myself, right? 40 and under. Let's talk to them, right? If you're maybe in high school or whatever, you want to develop this idea of confidence. Get this idea of confidence, this self-assuredness that I can do that. How do you develop this sense of confidence? Well, number one, you got to be about your game and about your business. If you're in high school, you got to graduate from high school. If you're in college, you got to graduate from college. If you're in the ball team, you got to take some shots and make some shots. If you're in some more masculine, male-dominated areas, this is why police officers, firefighters, corrections officers, persons in the military have to go through some type of basic training and or boot camp, and that gives them not only the knowledge base, but it gives them the confidence because they have to perform physical tasks. Not only do you have to pass tests, but you also have to do some physical activities, and that gives you the confidence. If you're an electrician, a mason, a carpenter, same thing. You have to pass tests and perform these types of things and physically. If you're a nurse, doesn't matter. You still have to get the education, and still be able to perform at a certain proficient level. So this is all what it is. And I want men out there to develop this sense of confidence. This is why it matters. Also why it matters is because when you're going to work somewhere in life, you're going to work for someone somewhere. Either you're going to work for yourself or you're going to work for at a business or corporation. So you have to walk into a job with a certain set of skill sets. You have to be able to maintain that job. You have to show your boss each and every day that you have the skill sets to do this job. And then you don't just want to just stay there. You want to go excel, promotions or whatever it is to the next level, right? You want to be able to do that. When women say, I can date a man who's got this, but he's got to have drive and ambition, that's what they're looking for. They really mean that. They will rock with you if you're doing a certain, whatever job that you're doing. But do you have ambitions? You may be working at Best Buy today, but do you have dreams of becoming the manager, the store manager, the regional manager? Do you have any ambitions of moving up the chain of command? And that's what they're looking for. Every person should want to be the best version of themselves, but they certainly want the best version that they can get in their lives. And women are no different from that. But let's forget about women for a few moments here, and let's talk about why confidence matters for you. And I just proved to you that you ought to have it, or I just went through why you ought to have it for if you're going to work for someone else. You want to be able to get the job, got to have the skill sets, got to be able to keep the job, got to maintain and show that you know what you're doing, and then you also want to be able to perform at a high level of proficiency in order to go on to the next level, whatever that level may be. So that's why, and when you develop these incremental successes of passing tests, doing the job, getting pats on the back, all that is building confidence. And when you build this confidence, hey, maybe you're going to open up your own business one day. Maybe you're going to do your own thing one day. And that's where that confidence comes in at. And saying, I can do it because I've done it for somebody else. I can now do it for myself. No, I'm going to set up my own shop. I want to create my own restaurant. I want to do my own thing. And this is where the confidence matters. That's why it matters. And so when you get this certain level of self-assuredness, this ability that you believe in yourself to do the job because I've done it in the past. And that is, let me tell you, man, when you walk into a room, everybody can tell that you have that confidence. When you have confidence about yourself, you can know what you can buy as far as a car and how to negotiate for that car, how to buy a house and negotiate for that house, right? You have this air and this ability about yourself that you can do these things and you can get to a certain level of confidence. That's what we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking. And again, women like that type of thing. So you want to develop that knowledge base of whatever you're going to do. You want to be able to give presentations, right? If you're looking to move forward, you got to give presentations. It doesn't have to be something long, drawn out like a YouTube video, but you might want to give a PowerPoint presentation. You want to speak up at a union meeting or something along those lines. Just be able to present your ideas in a coherent fashion, and that comes with confidence. And that is what's sexy to a woman, and that is what is envious in other men. Because you want to just move up. Listen, we are competition based, whether you like it or not. I know that some men want to be hermits. They don't want to do anything. They want to just escape from all the rigmarole and the pressures of this. But and I understand that, and I get that. But if you want to be successful and move in a certain direction, in a certain flow of life, you got to have this certain level of confidence. You got to have it. You got to have it. If you don't have these confidences, if you haven't grown up with a father or father figures, and you never played sports, and you never did these types of things that were designed to give you confidence, even playing musical instruments, it's all about gaining confidence. When you hit those notes and you do those things, and you participate in different concerts, in recitals and things along those lines, all of that is giving you confidence. So don't ever think that just because you're not in a more masculine role or frame that you don't have to have confidence. If you like to act, and you like the more artsy type of person, you like to act, you like to sing, you like to dance. When you hit those notes, when you're doing those things, all of that is building confidence, and you need those types of things. If you don't have it, listen, you can go to therapy, you can get yourself a life coach, you can practice. You can confront your fears. You can make plans, develop skills, and all that type of thing. This is exactly why it matters, because you want to be the best version of yourself. And when you are the best version of yourself, you walk into a room with your head held high, knowing that you are the ish. You are the ish. You will walk into a room, people will take notice, and that's when you're going to get the girl. Because as right as these brothers are in their estimations about what confidence is and what swag is, and these things that you don't feel that you're always going to need, because believe it or not, even if you decide to date black women, given a choice between any other woman, and she has a choice between a man with skills, sets, and abilities, and man with no skills, with skill sets and abilities, plus the swag, plus his confidence, she's always going to choose a man with confidence. And again, it doesn't matter that I'm not talking about masculine frames here. You can be artsy and all that kind of stuff, but she still wants a man who's confident. She still wants a man who can protect and provide. So you got to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So this is why it matters. So I appreciate the comments. I'm loving the comments. Keep them coming. But I want men to be the best version of themselves that they can be. And yes, there is this pressure among black men. I'm going to talk about that. This pressure that we have on ourselves. I'm going to get to that. More videos are going to be coming about us becoming the best version of ourselves. But in the meantime, we got to develop this swag, this confidence, and all that type of thing. Doesn't mean you have to walk with your pants down. Doesn't mean you have to start doing things you don't like doing. Doesn't mean that if you're the more artsy type that you have to start swearing and using the N-word and all that kind of stuff. And it doesn't mean if you're the more masculine type that you're in a certain job and all that kind of stuff, you have to start liking things and going to museums and doing things you don't like to do. Whatever you are, be that. You like it, you like anime, you like doing what you're doing, keep doing it. Just be confident in it. Just love what you're doing, and let somebody know. Listen, this is the way I get down. This is the way I rock. And if you don't like it, then hey, there's the door. We can be cool, we can be friends, whatever. But this is my lane, and this is the circle of my friends, and this is what I like to do. And when you have that level of confidence, believe me, it's going to keep coming. So I'm going to finish this off with a quotation. Or something that Morgan Freeman said about not chasing women. He was on the Piers Morgan show almost 10 years ago. So I want to finish off with that particular what he said about that.
I've always felt you're a natural ladies' man, in the sense that women really love you. The women I know who know you adore you, and you always seem to have a natural affinity around women. Would you accept that?
Yes. I absolutely adore women. I just do. I'm a mama's boy. I absolutely love women. But I also have an abiding respect for them. I think that's what comes across more than, I'm not what you would call a ladies' man.
No.
I'm not a real big skirt chaser.
a small-time skirt chaser?
There is a secret I'll tell you after the show.
Come on, what's the secret?
Don't chase women.
That's
Really?
the secret, brother.
They'll chase you.
They'll chase
Is
you.
that your strategy?
Yeah,
Does it work?
works very well.
Get that confidence up.
I'm going to get in trouble for saying this because
Explore this technique for me. So, what is the technique of letting them chase you? How do you make yourself known as potentially available?
just don't do it. Don't, you meet a lady, you express to her how wonderful she looks or how you respond to the way she looks or whatever it is, and then go on about your business.
And does it ever
They're
fail?
curious, they're like horses in a pasture sometimes. You walk into a pasture and the horse sees you. He's coming over to investigate. And if you see a lady and you don't go, drooling all over her, she's going to want to know why.
So you've basically a lifetime of non-drooling has been a successful strategy.
Yeah, it works fine.
Lifetime of non-drooling. Brothers out there, be the best version of yourselves. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. Have that confidence, have that swag, all that kind of good stuff. Listen, there's nothing negative about it, and I guarantee you. I haven't checked into this, but I'm almost positive. I would bet money on it that brother, that the nuclear physicist who was passed up, I guarantee you his inbox was full. So don't worry about it. Keep it going. Keep it pushing. Keep doing what you got to do. Maintain much love and peace. It's been your boy, Captain Hunter.